artillery and assault gun used to replace the Soviet KV-2 heavy tank during World War II, and was later replaced by the SU-152 heavy assault gun. 152mm ML-152S howitzer in the Su-20 body. Like the KV-2 tank, the Su-152 was originally designed to provide frontline troops with strong fire support against enemy fortifications such as fortifications. In November 1942, the State Defense Committee ordered the development of a heavy self-propelled gun with a 152.4mm ML-20 howitzer. In December 1942, a designer presented a preliminary design for the installation of this type of howitzer on the chassis of the KV-1S tank. This design allows the use of the same engine and transmission as the KV-1 tank, greatly simplifying production and reducing costs. The entire development project was named KV-14, and a prototype was produced in January 1943, which was then tested by the state. On February 14, 1943, the National Defense Committee accepted the newly developed Su-152 and ordered it to go into mass production immediately. At the time of mass production, the CHKZ plant made some minor modifications to the original design. The Su-152 has a similar design to other Soviet self-propelled guns. The crew combat compartment was completely covered with armor plates, and the front armor was inclined for increased protection. The driver sat on the left side of the body, and there were peepholes in the armor in front of him, but the view was affected by the large size of the gun shield. The whole car has 3 hatches for occupants to enter and exit, located on the roof. The 152.4mm howitzer is mounted in the center of the body to the right and can move horizontally for a total of 12 degrees. At the end of 1943, the production of the Su-152 was discontinued, as the KV series of tanks and their chassis were discontinued. About 710 Su-152s were produced at that time. The Su-152 was used as an assault gun to provide direct fire support or long-range artillery support. The powerful 152mm howitzer has a good effect on forts, infantry positions, and armored targets. Although it was not originally used for anti-tank warfare, it was later used as a tank destroyer in anti-tank warfare. Ambush tactics were usually used to avoid being subjected to accurate German artillery fire. The 152mm ML-20S howitzer fires armor-piercing grenades, high-explosive and high-explosive anti-tank shells, heat. In addition to directly penetrating the armor to kill enemy armor, high-explosive shells can damage enemy tankers and loosen the internal parts of the tank. The first combat to be participated in was the Battle of Kursk. The Su-152 successfully destroyed the German Tiger, Panther, and even the Elephant tank destroyer. Most of the destroyed Elephant was recovered and repaired because the high-explosive shells did not penetrate. Thus, the Su-152 was advertised by the Soviet media as an animal hunter. However, there is a big discrepancy between the media propaganda and the actual results. Major Sankovsky commanded a Su-152 that destroyed 10 German tanks, of unknown type, in one day, for which he was awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. In fact, the grenade of the Su-152 had a long reload time due to the separation of the warhead from the charge, and both of them were very heavy, 50 kilograms for a high-explosive warhead. The crew's combat compartment was completely covered with armor plates, the ventilation system was of average efficiency, and the air inside the vehicle was turbid. The Su-152 armor could not withstand the fire of the Tiger and Leopard tanks, and the frontline troops suffered heavy losses in close combat. Later, the more reliable and thicker armored Su-152 took the place of the Su-152, but the Su-152, which survived the war, remained in service until the end of World War II.